Yeah, we are on YouTube. So let's start. Good afternoon, YouTube. My name is Warley. We are here for another English immersion on Talk and Talk. Before to start the immersion, I would like to explain a little bit about the platform for you that are watching us on YouTube. So you are gonna understand how this kind of immersion works and how Talk and Talk work as well. So in a general way, Talk and Talk is a conversation platform for beginner, intermediate, or advanced speakers. And these kind of conversations are for all levels or all levels. The main point here that it's not a regular class, okay? So I'm not an English teacher or a Spanish or language teacher at all. I'm here to develop my language skills with you as well. But uh, but you will and I will develop our English skills in this point by practice in a real environment. And the main point is develop your fluency and your confidence as an English speaker. Okay, that's the main point here. Uh, Besides English, we have another language like other language like Spanish, Italian, French, Chinese, and German, I guess. So we have a lot of other languages, and you can see all of that on the Talk and Talk website. Okay. So with that in mind, I think we can start with the questions. The topic of today is about birthday, so let's talk about birthday feelings, okay? So let's start with the question number one. Do you see a birthday as celebrating one more year of life or 1 year closer to death? And why do you think about this? I'll start with you, Pedrito. What do you think?
For me, I think it's none of them. I face it as a end of a cycle of 1 year, 1 year cycle. Yeah. I always try to see uh, all things I did in this year, and when I get some wrong things, or when I can improve, and I try always to face it this in this way. It's a kind of different way, I think.
Yeah, I would say that you are closer to the first point, one more year of life or one more year
Yeah,
of accomplishment or something like that.
yeah,
I
maybe.
I I think it's more related to that, and yeah, it's a interesting way to think. I believe because I don't know. I think you can think in both sides. You can think about and it's normal. Is 1 year closer to death. It's true. It's totally true. And you think about that, and it's normal. But I don't know. It seems like a sad thought, I think, as well. So yeah, I think you can think about both sides, but I don't know. It's more interesting if you think about what did you do on the last year, as you said, and about your accomplishments and about your goals and about the all of the year that you completed. So yeah, it's a nice way to think, I believe. Um,
For
yeah.
me, death is a thing we can't get change, but I always don't see that, like don't uh, thinking about it. I'm close to that. I think the beauty of life is you enjoy your life, and one day death will be here, but not now.
Yeah, I totally agree. That is not a thing that you can change, right? So because of that, is not interesting when you are thinking all the time about that. So yeah, it's a thing that you can change. So yeah, that's okay. And it's more interesting if you think about the other side, I believe. So yeah, I totally agree with you. And what about you, Thiago? What do you think?
Agree with us, with them, with you about it and what they said. I think that is, for me is more closer to celebration than 1 year closer to death. Um, because if you complete 1 year in life, it's because you don't you don't die. It's a motivation to celebrate of this year that you have, that you go. Uh, I think for me is more closer that celebrating or than closer to death.
Yeah, I also agree with you. I think um yeah, I think it's other way to think as well. If you complete one more year of life, it's related to actually you are closer to death as well, but you are alive. So that's other point interesting, you know. So yeah, I really agree with that. And this question for me it's a little bit funny because I'm not a birthday fan, you know. I don't like so much birthday and birthday parties and all this stuff. And actually, I don't like so much the point of uh, celebrate my birthday, for example, and complete one more year and all this stuff. But I don't agree 100% on with this point of, well, I'm 1 year closer to that. I think it's a sad way to think, and it's funny because I think a lot of people think on both sides, you know. There are people that think about, yeah, I have one more year of life. I'm alive. That's cool, and I love to celebrate my birthday, for example, like my girlfriend. She likes a lot. But there are other people that thinking on the other side, you know. I don't know. I'm getting old, I think. And yeah, I'm closer to death and all this stuff. But yeah, I think this other side is a little bit sad. So it would be nice to think on the first point, I guess. But it's important as well to think about you are getting old, and that's important to think about that, to take care of your health, to take care of uh, your life, and all of these points. So yeah, that's important, I think. So let's go to the question number two. How do you feel about receiving gifts, and do you enjoy it, or do you feel awkward to receiving gifts, for example? What do you think, Tiago? I start with you.
Well, I like to to receive a gifts. I think that I don't know anyone that don't don't feel happy when receiving a gift. But I think that depends of the people that you receive the gift. Some people, do you know, is not your closer friend, and you receive the gift as a person giving a gift. But if you receive a gift by your closer friend, I think that you think you feel more happy because that the people that 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 people that you consider your friend remember you and has a good things about you.
It's a nice point. And uh, why do you think some people don't like to receive gifts, for example, in your opinion, Tiago?
I I think one situation then I can think about it. That is that a person that have all things and they receive the same object that you has is not for for or 1 year receive the same gift and that people don't happy receiving this gift.
Yeah, that's a good example. And I think it happens well when you receive a gift from someone that you don't like, you know. I think it's other example, but yeah, it does make sense that you what you said because I don't know, for people that are so rich, for example, or people that have a lot of things or that have almost everything. I think it's kind of boring when you receive a gift, for example, because yeah, maybe for them it's related to I already have these or is in this not impact on my life, for example. So maybe that's the feeling. I don't know, but yeah, it's a great example. And what do you think, Pedrito? What about you?
I feel happy, I feel good and flattered, I think, uh, receiving about receiving gifts in my birthday. I think some people don't like this. I know some friends, mine, for example, don't like receiving gifts because they don't like giving them for other people. Like spending money and like you have a if you receive a gift you have an obligation to the other people. But for me is normal. I feel happy for sure.
Yeah, it does make sense. People that don't like to give gifts, maybe they don't like to receive as well, and all this stuff. So yeah, it's crazy for me, but yeah, it does make sense in some ways. And let me ask you a question, Pedro. Other question related to that. Do you think gifts are a sign of affection, for example, or more related to a social obligation? For example, when you are going to a birthday party, for example, or in this kind of situations. What do you think?
It depends. I think if I receive a gift for a close friend of mine, for example, I try to believe in this is for affection, and but if you just know a person, uh, it's not a close friend, for example, and you receive a gift in a party, for example, I think might be a not an obligation, but a social thing to to be respectful for the other people, for example. Yeah.
Yeah, nice. And what do you think, Tiago, about this? Do you think gifts are a sign of affection or more related to a social obligation?
I think that depends the person if you have receiving that the gift. If you, I agree with Pedrito, if he uh, is your close friend uh, giving a gift, you feel the effect about it. But if you don't know who are who is the person giving a gift for you, I think that you can be obligation when you invited to your party or to give a gift for him or for her.
Um, for me, I don't know exactly, but I feel something rare, this point of obligation. And sometimes I think it's happened, you know. I think it should be more natural, the point of give a gift for someone. But sometimes I think it's more related to a social obligation, mainly when you you are going to a party, for example, a birthday party or something like that. And in my opinion, it should be more natural. It should be like I don't know, I saw something interesting, and I think it should be nice give this gift, for example, for my friend or something like that, you know. But I think in general, I think I believe that we have some obligations or this feeling of obligation that I need to give a to give a gift for my friend because it's their birthday or something like that. So I think it's a little bit strange for me, but it's funny because even on this case of well, I remember my friend and I did a travel, for example. I traveled for uh I don't know, in for some interesting place, and I will buy a gift and I will give for my friend. Even in this point, it can be like I'm doing that for second intentions, you know. It can happen. So even on this case, I think it can happen. So yeah, it's a little bit interesting this point, but in my opinion, it should be more like a natural thing. I don't know if it's possible, but it should be nice, I believe. But okay, let's go to the question number 4. Have you ever felt pressure to give a gift just because it's expected? And how did it make you feel? What do you think, Pedrito?
For sure. Like when you going to stay at um party, I forgot the word, a party of marriage of some people, a wedding. Yeah, we stay in a wedding, for example. You invited to stay in there and like have a gifts list to to you choose what do you will spend to to give a gift for the couple, for example. It's a normal thing, maybe, but it's like an obligation, and you can face it if you don't know pretty much the person, make you feel like a obligation. But if you is a close friend, for example, just a normal thing. It depends.
Yeah, but do you agree with that? What do you think?
Is a popular stuff they created to to the all people. I think like this example. I I have or others have too many examples like this.
Yeah, I think it's more cultural, you know, when you go to a
Yeah.
wedding, for example, or a birthday party, if you don't give a gift, for example, it's something like unpolite, you know. So yeah, I don't know if I agree 100%, but it's a cultural thing, so it's common, I believe. So yeah, it happens. Uh, and what about you, Tiago? What do you think?
When Pedrito said about the list to give to that you can buy, uh, I think that depends. I think that is a way easy to give a gift for one because well you need to buy a gift, but you don't have uh in your you don't have in your mind what do you do or what do you give to the person. If you have a list of gifts, if you it's easy for you to choose one and send. But uh, return to our question, I don't I don't have a situation when I was pressured to give a gift. Um, I think that if based on the list, I think that for me is not a pressure. I it is for me.
Yeah, about this list of wedding gifts, it's a tricky point and it's a also funny point because uh, they define a list of gifts that you need to choose one to give for them, you know. It's a little bit funny for me, and I can think on both sides, you know. It's interesting because I don't need to search for some other gifts, for example. I have a list and I can choose one, and it's more easy. It's easier to do that, I think. But on the other side, it's interesting because you can choose one gift that you would like to give for them, you know. It's all on the set of options that uh, you need to choose. So yeah, maybe I don't know if you would like to give other gift that you like or it's a personal gift or something like that. You can't, I think, because it's not on the list. But yeah, I think it's a interesting way for the bride and the groom for receive the important points for them. It's more related to house, the house. How can I say movies? I don't know how to say that in English, but about the house stuff, you know. So yeah, for them, I think it's nice. So yeah, I understand that. Okay, so let's go to the question number 5. What's your opinion about extravagant birthday parties? And do you think they are worth the expense about that? What do you think, Tiago? I'm sorry if you.
I don't have a custom, I don't know, uh, to give a expensive gift. Uh, well, don't know. I think that depends the situation. You can give a extravagant. All right. I think that you ask about extravagant birthday parties, all right?
Yeah, about
Or
the party of birthday. It's not only related to gift in
yeah, yeah,
this
yeah,
way,
yeah,
but
yeah,
you
yeah,
can
yeah.
say about that as well.
I associate now. Uh,
No problem.
well, um, if you have money to give a extravagant party, no problem. But if you don't have money to extravagant party, I think that it's a problem. It's a financial problem. Uh, I think it's that.
But would you have a expensive party if you could, for example?
Like a host, like a host.
Yeah,
I think
your birthday party, for example, if you have the money in all this way, would you do a expensive party, for example?
I in all my life I don't have a extravagant party, and I don't know what to do, what to think about it. For me now, the money spent in this party, I like to spend in other things.
Nice, nice, nice point. And what about you, Pedrito? What do you think?
This is for rich people. I'm not
Yeah,
rich yet, but um, I I think it's a necessary thing nowadays because too many reasons. Maybe if I'm gonna be rich and someday I can invite all my friends and and get a party like that. But for now, in world situation, I think, and our situation is just a necessary thing. You can spend this money to many other things. Like I know some friends like the 15th party for our daughters. They give a choose like you can have a party or we can travel for somewhere, and this is a choice. It's a good choice, good way to spend money.
yeah, it's a nice point, and I don't know. If you have the opportunity to do that, if you have the money and you are rich, for example, actually, I don't care about that, but I don't see a problem on that, you know. But if you are not a rich person, like me, like us, I think, I really don't understand do a expensive party or expensive wedding, for example. I really don't understand that. For example, if I could have the opportunity and the money to do a wedding party, for example, I would definitely choose to have a small one with my family and uh, my wife family, and I would choose to use this money to travel, for example, with them, with her, and I don't know, use it on other way, you know. I really don't understand the people that like to have expensive and huge party. I don't know, even on wedding party or birthday party and all this stuff. And yeah, I really don't understand. And I also don't understand the idea of giving and receive so expensive gifts, you know. I don't think that's related to that. The gift should be like related to a connection or something important for someone. It's not related to the price. So yeah, I really don't understand that. but yeah, people are strange on some way. So yeah, I understand, but I don't agree. I actually disagree a lot. But yeah, okay, that's not a point for now. So let's go to the question number. We are on the question number five. So let's go to the question number six. How do you feel about inviting people you aren't very close to your birthday? And would you rather celebrate with family only, or would you like to celebrate with other people? I don't know, friends of friends, or something like that. What do you think, Pedrito?
Yeah, for me, I think I prefer always celebrate with my family at first. Uh, Maybe with a closest friends mine, for example. Uh, but inviting people I'm aren't very close, I don't do that. Just even they like they are a couple, do a couple with my a closest friend mine, maybe. Uh, I but I really in the last few celebrations mine I just celebrate with my family. It's the best thing to do nowadays.
Yeah, I agree a lot. And what about you, Thiago? What do you think?
Well, I think that celebration party, birthday, yeah, is more to the close friend, like Pedrito said. Um, mm, mm, More to people near in your life, in your in, in your life. I think that is the celebration birthday is not a wedding celebration or a wedding party that your parents invite people that you don't know. But for me, it's more the closer friends, near people that you have in your life.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's really strange when you have a party, for example, and there are people that you aren't close, or even people that you don't know. So I really don't understand this idea, and yeah, sometimes we can choose to not invite someone because I don't know, it's like a party, a family party, or I don't know, a wedding party, and the family, uh, your mother, your father, or I don't know, your wife will invite someone that you aren't close, or even someone that you don't know, and it's normal. But if I can choose, I definitely will choose to have a close party with my family and my close friends, and definitely it would be that. And I think it's as in some way it's a little bit strange to have people that you don't know on a close and intimate celebration, I think. So yeah. Okay, so let's go to the question number seven. It's a good one. What do you think about baby monthversaries, and do you think they are meaningful or unnecessary? What do you think, Tiago?
Think that is unnecessary. But for your wife uh, get this moment in the album of photos, and we need like like do it for her, don't for me, or for us. But it's more. I think that this celebration is more to our life, our wives do than for a man. Or I think is that.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. And I don't know, I think it's related to a feeling that we need to take picture of everything, and we need to have the recordation, the records about the life and all this stuff. And I really understand that, but I don't know, I don't disagree with anniversary for all month. I really don't understand, but I think that for some people it's important, that's meaningful. But for me, in a general way, it's a little bit unnecessary. I think there are other ways to celebrate that and to keep tracking the evolution of the baby, the all this stuff. And yeah, I, in my opinion, it's unnecessary in a general way. But what do you think, Pedro?
For me, totally unnecessary thing. I think is a thing created to the families spend money, like you said, like taking photos and uh, in places and to spending money and to get this kind of uh, recordation, I think. Uh, but I like the first birthday. I read something before, like it was celebrating because the many years ago the babies are having any disease and not get to this date, for example, and not come to this date, and uh, they created this cultural thing to celebrating this the life and to get this point in this point. I think the other things just created to do for us spending money, like the holiday, some holidays like Halloween and others.
I want to give another point about this. Um,
Yeah.
we need to remember that this moment, né, 1 year until 1 year, maybe one one and a half year, is the the, the baby grow up fast, and in other step in your life, in her life or in life, of the baby, the grow up is more slowly. And I think that's because that
Yeah.
our wives or our relatives get to a recordation about this moment.
Yeah. I think that's exactly this, when we are growing up, when you're adults, for example, we don't change a lot by every year, But when you have a baby, all month, they change, and after 1 year, for example, they change a lot. So yeah, it's important to track this, It's important to have this record. But on the other side, I don't think that's important to have birthdays for all of these moments, all these months, for example. But I totally agree that's important to track this evolution when your kid, when your baby are growing up. I think it's pretty important and it's nice. it's important. It's a unique moment in their parents' lives, I think. So yeah, I totally agree with that. And related to that, other side of view, actually, let's go to question number 8. That's also a good one. What's your opinion on celebrating pets' birthdays? And have you ever done it? What do you think, Pedrito?
And this is another point. Like I said before, this I think nowadays the the people created this because there's a lot of couples is not can't having a baby maybe or for a choose or for other point and have a lot of pets and they need this necessity to do this to stay close as their friends and other stuff. I think it's more like this.
Yeah, I I totally agree actually with that. I think it's related to this point of some some couples don't have the opportunity to have a kid, and they are thinking about the way that the pet are their kid, or related to that. So for me, it's a little bit strange to be a how can I say that? Uh, a pet dad or something like that in English. I don't know how to say that. For me it's a little bit strange, but I in some ways I understand that, So yeah, I think that's the main reason to all these pets' birthdays and all these caring about pets in a general way. But yeah, for me it's also a little bit strange. And what do you think,
For
Thiago?
me, I think just saw a
Sorry,
compliment.
go ahead, please.
I think
Okay.
is strange, totally strange for me, like making generate generalizing things, the things like making cakes to dogs eating or other stuff uh, is a crazy thing. I think they don't need this.
Exactly. They are trying to transform the pet on a kid, It's like they have birthdays, they have a cake, they sleep on your bed, For me, it's a little bit strange as well. All of these treatments with pets. So yeah, I understand in some way, but I for me it's a little bit strange. But yeah, okay. And what about you, Thiago? What do you think?
You right. But well, I haven't ever done it. I think for me, in my case, is unnecessary. It's not my case to do it uh, for my dog or for my cat or my bird. Um, for me, wasn't isn't impossible to to occur in my life.
And why do you think people do that? Do you think there are other reasons related to that, or is just the one that we are talking about?
If you when you said about uh, a couple, we don't have a kid. I don't feel I I don't I, I don't feel awkward about this thing, but I think that it's a situation we need to live with them.
Okay, okay, nice. So guys, we don't have time for other questions. We are close to 2 p.m. So I would like to send here on the chat the link of the survey. As you said, that's an anonymous survey. You can say, what did you think about the immersion? Suggest another topic that you would like to talk about as well. And yeah, in a general way, what you need and what you want to say, you can say on the survey. And in a general way, I hope you enjoyed the conversation. I have enjoyed a lot actually to discuss about that. It was a nice way of practice English and discuss about a different topic, I think. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed the conversation and I hope to see you on the next time. Okay. Thank you, Tiago and Pedrito, and bye bye.